My husband ordered the DNA test himself, and the results named his brother. So Daniel had been acting strange for about a month, and honestly, I couldn't figure out why. We have a 2-year-old Ollie, and out of nowhere, Daniel started making these little comments. Stuff like, he's got such dark hair, huh? And nobody in my family has eyes like that. I'd just laugh it off because, I mean, kids look like whoever they look like. One night, he asked me point blank, do you ever look at him and think he doesn't look like me? And I said, Daniel, he has your exact ears, and he just went quiet. Then a couple days later, I found a receipt in his jacket for one of those at-home DNA kits. I didn't say anything. I figured if he wanted to swab Ollie's cheek and feel better, fine, let him. What I didn't know was he'd already done it. He'd swabbed Ollie one morning while I was in the shower, swabbed himself too, and mailed the whole thing off without a word. He was just waiting. 3 weeks later, he planned this big Sunday lunch at his parents' house. His mom, his dad, his brother Marcus, Marcus's wife, all of us. I thought it was sweet, like he was trying to reconnect after being so distant. I made a potato salad, I dressed Ollie in the little overalls his grandma bought him. We're halfway through eating, and Daniel stands up and taps his glass. Everybody goes quiet. He pulls this folded paper out of his back pocket, and he's got this look on his face, this smug, wounded look, and I already felt my stomach drop. He goes, I want everyone here to witness this. I've had my suspicions for a while, and I finally have proof. Then he looks right at me and says, the paternity test came back. Ollie isn't mine. His mom gasped. Marcus's wife covered her mouth. I just sat there. He kept going. So I think everyone deserves to know what kind of woman I married. He was shaking. He was so proud of himself. He slid the paper across the table at me like he was serving it. I picked it up, and I read it. And honestly, my hands were steady, because I already knew what it was going to say before I opened it. The report listed the probability of paternity. Daniel, excluded. And then underneath, because he'd swabbed himself and Marcus had used the same cup in the bathroom that morning like an idiot, the system flagged a familial match. It named the closest biological relative it found. It said Marcus. The whole table looked at Marcus. Marcus went white. Daniel started yelling, you slept with my brother? My own brother? Marcus was stammering. I never touched her, I swear to God, I don't know what this is. And it was chaos, everyone talking over each other, his mom crying, his dad standing up, and I just let it go for a second. I let Daniel scream. I let him call me every name in front of his whole family. Then I stood up. I said, Daniel, sit down. He didn't, so I said it louder. Sit down and I'll explain it, since you clearly never listened the first time. He sat. I reached into my bag and pulled out a folder. I keep it because I'm not stupid. I laid 3 pages on the table. I said, this is the fertility clinic, this is the consent form for a directed donation, and this is your signature right there, dated 3 years ago. Nobody said anything. I said, you couldn't have kids, Daniel. We found out together, we sat in that office, and the doctor said it wasn't going to happen for us. You cried about it for a month, and your brother offered, and you said yes, and you signed the paperwork, and we agreed we'd never once make it a thing. Ollie is Marcus's by blood because you asked him to be. You begged him. Daniel's mouth opened and closed. I said, so yeah, the test is right. He's not yours by blood. He's yours because I raised him with you, and you swore on his life you'd never throw it in my face. And you just did. At a lunch. In front of your mother. His dad turned to him and said, is that true? Did you sign that? Daniel couldn't even look up. I picked up Ollie, grabbed the diaper bag, and said one more thing on my way to the door. I said, you ordered the test yourself, Daniel. You just didn't like the answer to a question you already knew. He's called my mom's house 11 times since Sunday. I haven't picked up once.